Okay, good morning. I'm going to be taking you through a full day of work. Today's December the 27th, and yeah, I just wanted to show people, even through the holidays, like what would I be doing? What are the action steps here? You can see at the moment I'm actually just making a website through Claude AI. Really good piece of kit. Claude AI is very clever. It can do a lot of different things. I pay a lot of money for the best versions. I highly recommend you use it. Do not spend time making funnels and websites. Now, I've also got a Miro board I thought I'd share everyone here, which is a sequential order of operation, right? So what that means is from top to bottom, what am I doing in sequence to take a certain action towards a certain goal? Okay, imagine your action today was, I'm just going to make this is not what I'm doing, by the way, but I will just kind of explain it. You need to achieve X outcome, and it needs to come today. So you need to know, first of all, there's something in maths, I don't even give a shit about maths, but something called order of operation, or sometimes just known as order, because there is a best way of doing things. So what I've done here is I've kind of structured it from top to bottom, guys. A lot of people do things the wrong way. They'll let's imagine you're in the position of wanting to start an agency or a new agency or a new offer or whatever it is exactly you're doing. First of all, if you already have an agency, I don't recommend you do that. There's no reason. If you don't have an agency and you're starting from the ground up, makes sense. Now, what a lot of people do is I need a VSL, I need a thank you page or a website. Like that, no, that's at the bottom here. You guys have got it all mixed up. It needs to be top down. So who am I targeting? Who am I going after? Who are they? Where are they? What niches? What parallel niches? Where am I getting my lead lists? Boom, now I have my lead lists. I need to get attention, and that's through outreach. So what is your outreach messages going to look like? What's your offer? What are your scripts? Do you have split tests ready to go? Then do you have automation set up to manage the replies when they come in? Do you have a good setting team hired and a good script? Show rate assets, like do you have a good VSL and a thank you page? Sales assets, a good demo pitch. I'm not going to explain what NLP stands for because that's too much sauce, to be quite honest. I don't want to share that. But anyway, you get the idea. So this is my demonstration here of, how would I in my head have a clean list. A task list is very good. Do I have a task list? Yes, I do. It's basically goes urgent, high priority, mid, low, and spare time priority. But when I'm focused on a task, this is one task that I'm focused on today. I like to lay it all out on my screen on a Miro or Miro board, whatever you guys call it. I prefer Miro. And it helps me visualize which steps to take first. So we're going to do exactly this, and I'll just keep you posted as we go through the day. Okay, just going to provide a short update on the day since the previous recording. These are the following tasks that have been completed. Lead lists are done. We have contacted my lead list plug, and he's going to be sorting that out for us. In terms of gaining attention and actual outreach messages, I wonder if I can increase the thickness of this. Yes, I can. Much better. In terms of the actual outreach messages themselves, that is fully completed. We have all of these split tests that are completely ready. The only thing I would like to... Okay, let's actually remove that. Scripts are completely done. So all of this is done. Managing replies and automations. This is almost done. I do have the automations pretty much ready. I always like to split test and actually try them first before we go live with them. So they're going to go live in one sub account. We'll test them today just to see how they perform. Ensure that they're fully operational before I spread them across like 20 other sub accounts. So that is almost done. That's maybe 50% of the way there. In terms of the setting calls, the scripts, things like that, I'm going to make some small changes with all of these bits for the rest of the day. Sales assets, I'd say, is going to be very quick to do. There's only really a few things with the NLP stuff that I want to finish. But that is the progress update for today. Previous video was recorded at, I believe, 12 p.m. It is now at 2:37 p.m. So we're making good progress. And I will continue to work. Update you guys very, very soon. Just to give you potentially a workflow to help you guys understand what I've been doing here with the messaging and the actual scripts themselves. Let me write out a prompt that I've been using. Now, here's my process of actually obtaining new scripts and outreach messages. How do I move this across the screen? I'm just going to write some words and then move it across the screen. So let's jump to this real quick. Is obtaining scripts. First of all, why do I do this? This is actually probably the easiest to explain part. So there's a couple things. You've got variance, and then you've also got saturation. Now, in terms of variance, with SMS, I've already made a video on this, there's always a lot of variance. That's just very, very normal. It changes a lot depending on the state, the time of year. The messaging that you put out needs to also change. With saturation, if a message has been overused by yourself or competitors, it loses effectiveness. So what do? I find new winning angles. Do you notice the word angles there? I'm not finding new winning offers. I'm finding winning angles. My offer is proven, and that stays constant. The angle that I take to the market is different every time. So let me give you a couple different angles, and this is really good source as well. One is you take it as a partner. So for example, you're already a partner within other businesses, other roofing companies, other electrical businesses, like whatever the hell it is, the niche that you target. You're already a partner and you're expanding. You're looking for other partners. You're going to give them your systems, whatever else. The other one is you are an owner. I don't recommend you do that one. It doesn't get a good positive reply rate, but there you go, it's one anyway. And you're helping other people do the same, which is a bit backwards logic, but it's there. You're an honest lead guy, which doesn't really work that well. Or a potential customer, which is the bait approach. So there's multiple different angles that you can take. They all work, you just have to make them work. Whichever one you think you want to take it. And then what you do is, per angle, create between 4 and 8 message variations. And then we split test for 3 to 5 days, which, as per my close of business statement in December, that's my data window of 3 to 5 days. I used to operate on a data window of 31 or like around 30 days, so a month. The problem with that is it's too slow. So it's slow, and at the volume I am at, which is between 8K to 12K SMS sent per day, plus ads, you generally need to analyze data a lot quicker because the volume is higher. Whereas if you, let's say I did 30 days, and that was fast because I was only sending 500 SMS and like $10 an ads a day, then you'd need a longer window to analyze data because it takes longer to collect that data. So, I mean, there's kind of a limiting belief here, which people go, I'm going to put $33 per day in ads and test. And then there's another version where the guy goes, I'm going to put $100 per day in ads and test. Now, both of you take risk, but the guy doing $100 per day takes less risk, and the reason being is he's collecting the data faster. There is no difference between you guys. What he collects in a day, you collect in 3 days. So the only difference is not going to be in spend, it's going to be the speed to results. So don't fall into that trap. It's the same with SMS, right? Don't send 3,000 a day, test at 8,000 a day and see what the results come back as. And then you collect data a lot quicker. So that's actually a real benefit, is just collect data fast, and then you can make decisions fast, and then you generally progress a lot quicker. So a little bit of value there in between the video as we move through the day. And yeah, we'll leave it there. I also just wanted to mention one small thing here, which is up until this point in the day, I haven't actually ate anything. I've just had 3 coffees, 2 glasses of water. I think that's it, actually. So 3 coffees and 2 glasses of water. Maybe I should drink more water, but I've had nothing else. No vitamins, no food, nothing. And generally it produces higher productivity and better results. I don't do this every day, to be completely honest with you. Just on days where I want to get a significant amount of work done fast in the morning, and kind of condense the time scale it takes me to get things done. It's scientifically proven to increase your brain's effectiveness, your mental speed, your mental clarity. On top of that as well, when it comes to diet and nutrition, carbohydrates generally are very good for gym performance. For example, boxing or weightlifting or anything that requires intense physical activity. However, it does reduce mental clarity. So to some degree, you do have to sacrifice for what you want. I don't eat as many carbs as I usually would do previously, because the protein itself actually helps. But carbs do generally slow you down, is my phrase. So if you want to have carbs, have it in the evening once you finish most of your high mental activity work. And then the second thing is that with mental clarity, it generally works in like a downward curve. So when you first wake up in the morning, you have the most mental clarity, so get your highest mentally demanding tasks done. My priority list is done on time priority and also mental priority. So the hardest tasks I do first, and the least hard tasks that are just so easy to do, I do them at nighttime when I'm basically falling asleep at the laptop, because they're very easy to do. So AI tasks, I'll do it in the evening because AI does most of the thinking for me. Everything else like data analysis, I also do in the evening because it's kind of easy. And then I'll actually, for example, sorry, let me clear that up. Data collection I do in the evening, data analysis I do in the morning, and make decisions in the morning. So I recommend you make most of your decisions in the morning, and I recommend you make as little decisions as possible towards the evening and nighttime, because that's when your brain is least capable of processing emotions and makes the generally incorrect decisions in the business. Emotionally fueled decisions instead of clarity or logic fueled decisions. So that's a little bit of information as well that I think is incredibly valuable. Yo, just wanted to update everyone. It is now 4:23 p.m. I have finished my new set of well, I haven't finished it. I'm in the process of doing it. Let me open up the Miro board to show you where I'm at. In the process of finishing up the next segment here. So automations took a little longer than expected, but are very, very good and well optimized. The setting call is almost complete. Currently setting up a few different management systems for my new setting team that I'm hiring shortly. I will be running ads, I think it's tomorrow through till first week of January. I'm going to be running paid ads to hire people, which I've done in the past, and it works great. Like, it books out the calendar with interviews. My COO will take that. Chief Operating Officer, he'll take them, just because I don't really have a huge amount of time to be sitting on every call. It usually books the calendar full. We do 10-minute interviews fast. A lot of pre-vetting before they jump on the call. So that is a secret that I'll give you there, is if you're looking to hire setters or closers, run ads, guys. Like, if you know how to run ads, you can do it for fucking everything. It's great. So setting team organization and script are currently what I'm working on right now. I've just produced an unbelievably long SOP document. Well, it's not long, actually. It's very short. The prompt in GPT and Claude AI was very long because it needs to have everything in it. It needs to be optimized for the human brain, because people don't like reading text. So I'm also making a video for my setters to make the training document a little less painful to look at. As you can see, it's getting a little dark. I'm in the UK at the moment, and I'll be traveling soon to probably Cyprus. I've chosen as my next location. So yeah, it's dark here. It'll be light over there when we record most of our videos, which will be nice. And that is it for now. I've got my dinner cooking, and I'm going to eat that soon. I'm going to have, what am I having? I'm having a chicken breast sandwich, and I'm having 6 scrambled eggs as well. So that's going to be nice. So yeah, there you go. You know what I'm eating. I put that in one of my other videos, and you guys seem to like knowing what I'm eating for whatever weird reason. That's it for now. See you in a bit. So what I'm just going to show you now, I'm actually coding a Go High Level form specifically for my appointment setters, mainly because I want to gather a little bit more information, like the buying intent, the financial qualification of the lead. Boom, it's just updated it. This is specifically for, let's see. So this is designed, I had an issue with it. This is actually designed specifically for what's it called? Let me show you. So copy, we'll go here. This is specifically for the bookings on a form instead of a website. So it's kind of trickier to code it this way, but Claude AI is pretty good. So let's do this right now. If we go into HTML, I'm hoping it doesn't glitch when I upload this. And perfect, it worked. So I will save that. HTML can block harmful, powerful functionality. Can block privacy, security, and performance behavior. Okay, cool. So it's just kind of a recommendation or a warning. Well, that's fine. I don't. If it's a warning, it's a warning, right? We're gonna take the risk regardless. It's all compliant anyway. So, okay, good. Now that's all set up, and I can see which sub account it came from, who the guy was. We will give that a quick form test to make sure that it's working. Boys, small update on the day. Time is now currently 6:51 p.m. We are still working on the setting section of the task list for the day. This one's kind of it's got me in a spiral of looking at loads and loads of different stuff within the business and operations, making things more efficient. Now, the nice thing about this, and this is the reason I do it in this order, is imagine that I started from the bottom up, and I didn't look at the most important stuff, the things that at the top of the funnel lead to the things at the bottom of the funnel. If I just worked on the bottom of the funnel, I end up in a continuous spiral of finding more and more stuff that needs changing, and I never get to the top of the funnel, which is ultimately the most important. It's the stuff that gets things to us, so we can actually speak to people. So this is an exact reason why I lay it out on the screen. As you can see, I'm working my way down through things in priority order, which is the exact way you got to do it. So right now I'm just going to set up a few Slack channels and automations for my new teams that I'm hiring, and that's about it. And then we can move on to show rate assets. VSL is already in progress, but I think I want to make some small changes, and the thank you page needs to be updated. So yeah, that is the update for now, 6:52 p.m., and we will continue through the day. Alrighty, hey boys, it is 8:36 p.m. As you can see, I've moved through the setting team tasks pretty quickly. I just have one task which I'm not going to be doing today. That'll be a high mental capacity demand task, which will be done tomorrow morning. So I'm going to be leaving that, and I'll be moving through these show rate assets, for example, VSL adjustments and scripts, thank you page adjustments, and web design. They are, in my opinion, low mentally demanding tasks because I can use a lot of AI for that. So I'm going to be progressing through the show rate and the sales assets shortly because, again, they are also quite easy things to do. The NLP stuff I will leave for another day, unless I kind of pull the mental capacity together. Who knows? Plan for now, because I've literally just woken up and I've worked the whole day. I've also ate one meal, which was just literally chicken and eggs, 6 eggs scrambled, and 3 chicken thighs and 1 chicken breast. I've had 3 coffees as well and 2 ginger teas. I'm now going to have some carbs before the gym so that I can push the weights nice and strong. And for the rest of the day, I have kind of lower demanding mental tasks, so the carbs are not going to negatively affect me whatsoever. I also have a Google Meet video call that I'm going to be jumping in as I walk over to the gym. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys in a bit and update you shortly. Bye. Hey boys, quick update for you. It is now 2:25 a.m. Let me tell you what I've been doing since we last spoke. Now, I have not prepared the screen. Here it is. That's the one. Right, well, as you can see on the screen, we have made progress. It may not look enormous, but what I've done is incredibly good. So the thank you page is absolutely complete. Website's probably about 50% done with the new HTML coding that I've been doing. With this here, with the good old Claude AI, I've been working very, very hard on a few things. In terms of sales assets, you'll see something else has been added on. This is because I want to revamp some of my client landing pages, not just for sales assets reasons to help me get more sales, but to also, I don't know, like get my clients better results. And also, 2:26 a.m. in the morning, I'm hungry. My stomach hurts. I'm hungry. I went to the gym at around about 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Oh no, yeah, around about 10 p.m. And then I came home around about 11 p.m. Currently I'm in the UK, by the way. I'm on UK time zones for now, before we travel again. And I am gonna eat some eggs now, cook some eggs, eat some eggs, and then potentially get a little bit extra work done. And yeah, we'll go from there. Hopefully this is valuable, just so you can see like a full day of me just locked in, sitting and working. Some days are like this, not every single day, but there's a lot of days where I do just sit here like a goblin with a hoodie on and what's this? A gown, hoodie, looking like shit, and just work. And sometimes the whole lock yourself away and work thing is awesome. Other times I love closing deals while on the move, while in hotels, while in different Airbnbs, while in airport lounges. It's awesome, it's cool, it's fun. But there's bloody hell. But there's also there's another version where I like to just sit down and work. And yeah, currently today was one of those days. I think flat out I've timed it active, productive, doing work is 9 hours, 5 minutes. Active hours, as in working hours, has been 12, 3, 4, 5, 15 hours so far. So yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, so a little bit of an update from yesterday's content. I think the previous video I filmed at 2 something a.m. We finished the day at about 4:30 and got a significant amount done. Just to update the sheet here, the website is done. It just needs some tiny changes that I'd like to do, but that's kind of perfectionist. It's not needed. Demo pitch assets are pretty much completed. The NLP-based pitch is completed. The new pricing structure is also completed. The sales scripts are adapted with the NLP handles, and the custom HTML landing page for my clients is also complete. So that's pretty much every single task on the task board. I looked at my brain.fm for my active working hours. There was, I believe, I can't remember exactly, I think it was around about 12 hours of deep focus work and 16 hours of total work time yesterday. That's just an example of some of the days where you just sit and you rot at the computer until it's done. And that's exactly what happened yesterday. Today I'm going to do somewhat the same, but not too much. I'll just kind of sit here and bang out the work. Time is now 1:43 p.m. I woke up at 11. And we will probably work until about 9 or 10 p.m. and then call it a day, just so I'm fresh. Because it's Sunday today, I want to be fresh for the week. It is Sunday, 28th of December. So that's it. I just thought I'd take you through that step by step, and you can see an example of what a daily workflow would in fact look like.